Some delays there on 75, but otherwise our big board, it's not too bad. 75 and 71 near the lateral. You're going to see some slowdowns there as well. And then also 75, really both sides of the interstate near 275. So if you're taking that to get to Dayton, that's going to be a big problem spot there as well. So just expect maybe some heavier traffic out there. But of course, 9 is on your side, giving you the tools that you can use to plan your trip. So if you're thinking about gas prices, AAA has this calculator that you can use. So for example, our executive producer, Molly, more power to you, girl. She's traveling from Cincinnati to Washington, D.C. So you can plug in your origin and the destination. This calculator will average out gas prices in both of those cities. So Molly, she should fill up the gas tank before she leaves because gas prices are significantly higher in D.C. So some pretty cool stuff there, Tanya.
Oh, that is really interesting stuff. And Jacqueline is monitoring traffic conditions tomorrow when you wake up. She might be tired, but that's okay. She'll be here. Just tune in to Good Morning Tri-State for up-to-date alerts and backups and traffic delays, of course.
Developing right now, the jury deciding the fate of 2 men accused of murder in a firefighter's death has been dismissed for the night. Jurors heard closing arguments, though, today in the trial of Lester Parker and Billy Tucker. Firefighter Patrick Walterman died battling that fire back in December of 2015. At Parker's home, Tucker is accused of setting the fire. While the 2 men were tried together, it is possible the jury could find one guilty and the other not. Jury deliberations resume tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, and we, of course, will keep you updated on WCPO.com.
A controversial type of DNA testing has tied a convicted sex offender to an attack on a Warren County woman this summer. I-Team reporter Hillary Lake explains how touch DNA works and why this took so long to make an arrest.
Kyle Motz is locked up here at the Warren County Jail. Police had a suspect description in that sexual assault case, and they arrested Motz based on that description after a traffic stop in October. But the prosecutor tells me the DNA evidence is the smoking gun. It's quiet, secluded, the type of place where one goes to find peace and get a little exercise. But this stretch of the Little Miami Trail near Morrow is where investigators say Kyle Motz took that serenity from a woman.
He basically jumped out of the woods and grabbed her, fondled her.
The woman, who's 64, told police the attack happened on July 30th. She said she passed a man walking a small dog and was eventually able to fight him off.
She provided a description of both the man and the dog to law enforcement. Because he had grabbed her, law enforcement took possession of the clothing items that she was wearing at that time.
Police sent her clothes to the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Identification and Investigation in Columbus. There, investigators tested the clothes for touch DNA or small samples of skin cells. It's usually used by the defense to exclude suspects. But in this case, Warren County prosecutor David Fornshell is using it to identify Kyle Motz as a suspect.
It's just an additional piece of evidence. Fortunately for us, this isn't a situation where the DNA evidence is the only evidence that we have. Touch DNA analysis on her clothing came back to Mr. Motz, who actually lived right on the bike trail.
Police records show Motz is also a convicted Tier 1 sex offender. He was found guilty of sexual imposition in Lebanon in 2014, and he's repeatedly violated his probation. Kyle Motz is expected in court on Wednesday afternoon for an arraignment. We're in Warren County. Hillary Lake, 9 on your side.
Dozens of Thanksgiving dinners went to Tri-State families in need this morning. Volunteers helped distribute boxes of food at the Freestar Food Bank's Customer Connection Center. Some of those volunteers included Bengals players. Families received enough food to prepare a holiday meal. The distribution is going on again tomorrow from 8 until noon.
Take a look. These stop sticks are a valuable tool for police chases, right? When they're chasing a suspect, they want to stop that car, but a driver caught in the middle of a chase is paying for it.
I had to go back up there the next morning and then pay out of pocket to replace the tires.
Hundreds of dollars on that family's budget, and hear why that woman may never get paid back.
Sexual misconduct with a student. Hear the new accusations against a former Tri-State school employee. You are watching 9 on your side at 6 o'clock. An investigation is underway into a former cafeteria worker at a Franklin City school accused of sexual misconduct with a student. No charges have been filed against the woman. Police are not releasing her name at this time. She resigned yesterday, and the district put her on administrative leave. Now, police are looking to see if there are more victims.
This will be a long-term investigation to find out, number one, how long it occurred and if there's any more victims. We're going to take our time. Time is on our side, so we're going to do this and do it the right way.
Alleged victims, I should say. Investigators think the accused misconduct did not happen on school grounds or during school hours.
People responding to the Tri-State's overdose epidemic are finding some solutions, but a new report says Ohio is due for a sharp increase in deaths. The study takes a look at the deaths from drugs, alcohol, and suicide combined. Opioid abuse is a major factor, and researchers say that Ohio's death rate will rise by nearly 50% in the coming decade. Also, substance abuse and suicide contributed to a decrease in life expectancy for the first time in some 20 years. Steve.
Well, Craig, we're watching for a chance of a shower tonight, so we'll give you the update on that. And then as we look at the big picture for the holiday, we'll break down each day for you so you know what to expect here and across the country.
And still new at 6, a Tri-State woman caught in a police chase. Now she's stuck with the repair bill. John Matarese is getting answers for her and why she may be on the hook for all the costs. That's next on 9 on Your Side at 6. Many of you are on the road every day, traveling to work and back and forth, and you expect, of course, your roads to be safe.
A Hartwell woman is frustrated after she was caught in the middle of a police chase, and now she's paying for the damage. Consumer reporter John Matarese has her story and some important information for you. John.
Well, Tanya, imagine you're driving along, suddenly police cars are all around you chasing a suspect. You get into a wreck as a result. So who's responsible? Well, one local woman from Hartwell got some news she couldn't believe and has a warning for all of us. Dusk on October 19th, and a black car leads police on a high-speed chase up I-75 in Butler County. It's all captured on this dash cam video from the Ohio Highway Patrol. Deanna Garrett ended up in the middle of it.
I seen the car that they had attempted to pull over back in Middletown, flying by me with about 8 highway patrol coming up behind him.
She had just gotten onto the highway, heading north. Suddenly she saw blue lights, police cars flying by, and the problem was she was in the high-speed lane. Deanna says an officer on the left berm suddenly tossed out a stop stick. The suspect switches lanes. But watch as Deanna's Ford Escape heads right for the stick.
Instinct was to try to swerve to miss it, but if I had swerved, I would have crashed right into the guy that they were chasing or one of the highway patrol officers.
She hit the stick and still has the nails that went into her tire as proof.
Instant flat tires.
No one was injured, but for Deanna, her troubles had just begun.
I had to pay for the tow out of my own pocket that night.
And then you had to pay for tires?
And then I had to pay for the tires. It was about $550.
But when she called police, she learned she had to file a claim with the state and pay $25 to do it.
I had to pay a filing fee to the state.
The Highway Patrol sent us to the Ohio Court of Claims, where an administrator told us a claim takes 2 months to process, no exceptions. And there's a chance her claim could be denied if the state finds no negligence on the part of the Highway Patrol. Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine tells 9 on Your Side he sympathizes with people like Deanna.
Innocent bystander, they have not only are they hurt, but maybe their car is hurt. And sure, I think that we should figure out some way to compensate that person.
In the meantime, if you hit any debris left by police, a highway crew, or even a pothole, take lots of pictures, file a police report, contact the city, county, or state, and ask how to apply for reimbursement. Deanna can only wait to find out if she gets reimbursed for being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I don't think it's right. I was at no fault with this whole situation.
Yeah, AAA tells us that highway debris from beds to ladders to traffic cones causes 25,000 accidents a year in the U.S. Now, if your car is damaged, in most cases, you'll need to file a claim with your insurance because it's very hard to get the state to pay you back.
I can't believe she had to pay to file a complaint.
Yeah, she did.
Hopefully she'll get some reimbursement.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've asked the state to take a closer look at her claim, but we're talking here about state laws, Tanya, so there's really no guarantee.
And kind of that set deadline, too, that they're on their own timetable.
Deadline,
to get it all
and
figured
it's
out.
what the state law says.
All right.
Really